Well, hello, my darlings. I'm back with a little bit of a treasure haul to share. So, get right into it. I haven't had a great many things, a few interesting things anyway. So, books in one of my local charity shop are four for a pound. So, 25 pence each I paid for them. This is my second copy of one of these. So, I've got two copies of this now. And it's old fashioned, well, they're reproduction photo albums, they are. They must have been really popular at one point, but they're starting to pop up in the charity shops. So this one is like an A4, but it's all these like different cut vignettes to store family photographs in. Let's grab a piece of paper here. So yeah, they're all like different size vignettes. So like that one has got 5 on that side and on that side. So whether people just slid pieces of paper into the top and sort of arrange them with sticky tape, because each page then, and the illustrations are absolutely beautiful, and it's quite thick, almost cardboard type stock pages, but they're glued together on 3 sides. I do have a tip video up on how to disassemble these using heat. So, but if you look at the top, each one has been glued. They've been glued to each other into the spine and glued on the top. So I have worked out how to take them apart. So I don't have to have such kid gloves in this one because this is my second one. So there's that one. And as I think I mentioned before, I'm toying with the idea of doing a Fallout inspired journal. So these I found SAS Survival Guide. How to survive in the wild on land or at sea. And it's like things like how to make clothing, how to cook, burning oil and water, how to make a cover for a campfire, how to cook, how to build a shelter, how to fell a tree, fallen trunks, how to make a basket, okay, handling the kill. How do you kill an animal and move it? So yeah, it's interesting. All about bits about insects, about food, pages on how to test if something is safe to eat, which parts of different plants are safe to eat. So yeah, it's perfect. And then there was a polar survival handbook that's got some interesting sort of graphics in it that could definitely go into a Fallout style journal. So no, pleased with that. And then the other one is, it was just there wasn't much of interest there today, like I said, but four for a pound, it's fine. Rock climbing. But again, for a Fallout themed journal, or a Fallout inspired journal, it's got some lovely illustrations like this, which could definitely, how to scale an incline and things like that. Different knots and harness techniques and stuff like that. So no, I quite like that. So that was the books. Pop those over here. And I'll come back to the fabric. I'll show you the fabric first. These were 50 pence each, and they're just like little kitchen half curtains. Not very long. They're like you'd see hanging in Granny's kitchen on the window. But they're very pretty. I like the fact that the top is tabbed like that. They're really, really lovely. So there's 2 of those, and that's, God, it's good, probably a good 5 feet long, each of them. So £1 for those 2. Happy with that. I did pay, regular price, a discount store is locally, for 2 pieces of fabric. I had a meter of each. I think that one was 4, and that one may have been 6. £4 and £6 for a meter. But I don't mind that, because the amount that I get off that roll, because the roll is like this long. So, a meter is plenty enough. And I didn't realize until after she'd done it that this shop will sell by half meters. So I know now I can just go and get a half a meter or something. So it's a lovely sort of burlap type fabric with the florals on it and the big old fat bumblebees. So pleased with that. I'm not sure what I'm working on yet, but I'm definitely loving that pattern. It can go into my stash. And I am a sucker for autumn type colors. And that just, and it's velvet. Pardon me. So the pattern is, sorry, I'm so croaky. Look at that. Isn't that yummy? It looks quite shiny with my lighted in here, but it's not really. That's just the type of lighted I've got going. But it's so, so soft. But I love those colors. That sort of coppery, bronzy, and you've got that darker sort of autumn red color work through it. So no, I'm really, really pleased with that. So pop that out of the way. And as for fabrics, I was in, I guess it would be, where was it? Was it Home Bargains? I think it might have been Home Bargains. And a chamois leather cloth in the car wash section. I think it was like $2.99. But the leather, it is so soft. It is so very soft. And I'm very curious how that will take to inking. So as a bit of an experiment, I picked it up. I'm going to have a go. Not sure how big this is, actually. I've never seen anything like this in a charity shop, but in the discount shops, it's a couple of quid. I class it as falling under my treasure hunting. So no, that's a pretty decent size. It covers my cutting mat. So it's a good 2 feet long and maybe 18 inches. All a bit wobbly around the edges, but that's fine. More than enough to do either 2 small book covers or 1 large book cover with some chunky scraps left over. So no, curious about that one. So I'm going to pop that away. And it's just, it's so soft. It's like brushed. So, and in British Heart Foundation these were, and I ummed and awed about them. One was £1, those were £1.50. So let's do this one first. They're lanyards. So like if you go to a conference or something. So there's a packet of the actual lanyard pockets in there. And those have sort of a snap seal on the top. So there's a packet of those. And in there were the hooks. Well, for one thing, £1, I'll have all this ribbon, yes please, and all of the lobster claws, yes please, for £1. So even if I chop them up, I've got a nice, thick black ribbon here, because that's not like craft ribbon at all. That is quite strong. So all that ribbon, plus the hooks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the swivel lobster claws in there. So yes, I'll have that. The other sets here, I'm not entirely sure about. They are sealed. They are like lanyards you'd wear around your neck if you went to a conference or something. But they've got steel cables in here. And it doesn't say anything on the plastic inside plastic. So it doesn't get open. So you've got, and these are exactly the same. So you've got these long, clear envelopes, again with a snap or a, you know, like a sandwich bag has. Proper seal on the top. So those are quite, those will hold a card at 5.5 inches. But you've got these like steel cables in here. And I was just fascinated. Because I'm sure I had a keychain years ago that was made out of this stuff. So you can sort of loop it and screw them together. Which, okay, but that's an odd size to have with one of these. I just found that peculiar. But I don't know if these will hook to each other. Will they hook to each other? Yes. So those will hook to each other to loop together. But I'm like, what conference are you going to where you need like reinforced steel cables? So how many was that? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. That's very odd. But yes, please, I'll have the cables. Whether I do anything with the pouches, I don't know. But can I upcycle those somehow into an industrial type journal? I don't know. Could I use them to put freebies in? But they're quite thick plastic, so something new anyway. Right, the next bit I've got to show you requires me to get up off my squeaky chair and move stuff about. So hang on a tick, I'll be right back. Right, I did try to fit them all on the camera and I couldn't, so I gave up. I responded to an ad. It was antique sewing machine drawers or boxes. So there's 6 of them all together. These are the first 2. I haven't actually looked in all of them yet. She's written down the dimensions of them for me, or she did for when she was selling them. But they're just full of all sorts. There's an old top page for a Singer. Oh, I see now. So old Singer industrial machines had those wooden drawers in them. And the lady was selling off all her old Singer stuff because she used to restore them, but she doesn't anymore. So that's staying with me, thank you. So some of the drawers have, I mean, they're quite mucky and dusty and dirty. They need a bit of a wash and an upcycle. Some might need there's no sign of woodworm or anything on any of them. I have looked briefly. That one's got a little bit of a crack, so it needs some wood glue. But once these are polished up and perhaps some extra hardware going on them, and I've checked, they all fit in my clacks. So I need to do a little bit of a rejig here because this is the smallest one and this is the shallowest one. I need to do a bit of these would be lovely to store ephemera bits in and things. But they're full of old bits of machinery. I don't know what I'm going to do with these things yet. For now, I'm just going to pop them in a basket. It's an old foot of some kind. No idea. Looks very complicated. That one then has got a knob on it. And I don't know why there's a wire poking out of it. Or maybe that was to keep it from sliding out of the machine when the machine was vibrating. Maybe. But they're really, really old. So, really pleased with these. And I'm curious now what's inside. And that's still got the old Singer design on it. So these are old bits of the machines. So whether I can upcycle, I might be able to clean these in a bath to remove rust. A vinegar bath. That's what I did the last time. Old needles. I won't keep those. And I had some, what I'm assuming would be an oil. I had some rusted cast iron gnomes once that were worse shaped than this, rust-wise. And if you give them a series of baths in vinegar, you can get the rust off. So there's loads of different hardware in there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these pieces yet. The smaller pieces will definitely stay in my craft room to get used in journals. What these big pieces, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. That's full of pins, so I can't tip it out. So, yeah, that's the front of that one. So, yeah, they just need a bit of a bath now. That one has got, ooh, it's an old awl. You can live with me. Thank you. I don't know what's in here. Oh, springs and little screws. That's a wonky looking spring. A teeny tiny pin. Yes, thank you. I'll go through these pieces now. There's 2 more drawers here. So look, 1 more. That handle has obviously been broken off, but hopefully, yeah, it's just a flathead screw inside. I can take it out. This box again, it's got that funny little wire popping up out of the side of it. You see? There's like a groove in the side. That's like completely embedded in there. Right, there's another foot. Some sort of machine key. Handle. And no, these are going to be lovely. I need a sunny day now to get them outside and give them a really good bath with washing up liquid. An old metal handle that can go and live in my workshop. And more machinery bits and old bobbins. Oh, these are really old bobbins. And then odd bits like that. That looks like a surgical instrument, honestly. That must have been an old... It's hollow on the inside. How bizarre. So more feet. Plates of some kind. An odd button. So, yes. Very pleased with these. So, well, now that has the groove in it, but the piece of wire isn't there anymore. Ooh. So, these need a bit of a play. That used to have a handle on the front, but doesn't anymore. But that's okay. I'm probably gonna put handles on both sides, and get them cleaned and polished and sanded. Maybe see what they look like before I decide what I do with them after that stage. But no, really, really pleased with these. So a bit of an unusual find, and hopefully a lovely addition to organization in my craft room once I give them a bit of love and attention. So that's all for me for now. Happy hunting, all you other treasure hunters out there, and hope to see you back soon. Bye for now.